I'm Jane Douglas and welcome to this very special Angry Birds episode of Appetite for Distraction, the second best video show on GameSpot UK.
That's right, we've gone and... Wait, hang on a second. Second best? And which is the first, exactly?
That'll be Start Select.
Yeah, right. If you like watching the news.
Right, instead of watching you and Johnny snark at each other every week.
Hey, we've got humour.
Sure, humour.
Look, should we just get on with the show?
Of course. Watch Start Select though.
This week, we've gone Angry Birds crazy. Ever wondered where those crazy birds came from? Our own Danny O'Dwyer finds out in his look at a history of the series.
We run down our top 5 games inspired by the outraged avians.
And I take part in an Angry Birds endurance challenge to see if it's possible to play Angry Birds for 11 hours straight on a plane to Singapore.
Sounds like a really good use of your time.
High concept stuff, Jane. You should give it a try sometime.
Ah, Angry Birds. Can you remember a world without it? How did we all cope? Like, how did we entertain ourselves on the toilet? For that reason alone, Angry Birds has contributed more to society than religion or science ever will. But how did it all begin? Our story starts in Espoo, Finland. In 2003, 3 college friends attended the Assembly Demo Party, a development competition sponsored by Nokia and HP. Their real-time multiplayer title, King of the Cabbage World, was successful and encouraged the 3 friends to form their own company, Relude. Then in early 2005, the company was renamed Rovio after securing a bunch of investor capital. During those initial years, Rovio focused on third-party mobile development for companies including EA and Digital Chocolate, creating mobile versions of games such as Need for Speed Carbon and Burnout. Over the years, they became increasingly aware that it was tough to create a hit this way, so in early 2009, they started to take on less contracts in an effort to free up team members for internal projects. As team members started dropping in proposal documents and spitballing ideas, one lone screenshot captured the eye of the entire team. It was a picture of, yep, you guessed it, an angry bird. Oh, sorry. There you go. The game took on many influences during its development, including the insanely addictive Crush the Castle Flash game made by Armour Games. And with everybody losing their minds over swine flu at the time, pigs became the obvious choice for baddies. Upon its release in 2009, the game hit number 1 in Finland overnight, and once Apple eventually highlighted it on the App Store in mid-February, it sprung to the top of the charts in the UK, US and beyond. Scientists now say that there are more copies of Angry Birds in the world than there are grains of sand in the desert, though the scientists in question spend so much time playing Angry Birds that they arsed up the research quite a bit. Really, there's no reason why you're not playing it right now. Currently, you can pick it up on platforms such as everything, with versions on the way for Wii U and Nintendo 3DS. There's even toys and these terrible costumes. Look, you can even buy like a real-life version of it. How pointless. I'd rather spend hours in my kitchen throwing eggs at strips of bacon. At least then you can throw the messy remains into a frying pan and have an omelette. Angry Birds opened up millions to the world of apps and mobile gaming, and for that we must be thankful. Whether Rovio spends the next millennia creating new versions of Angry Birds remains to be seen. I guess as long as humans enjoy killing pigs they will, and personally I can't see that stopping anytime soon.
Now, we all know how addictive Angry Birds is, but what if you've managed to work your way through the entire series already?
You mean like there's someone out there that's managed to 3-star all of Angry Birds Seasons, Angry Bird Rio and Angry Birds Magic?
I'm going to go with yes. If that sounds like you, how about checking out these Angry Birds inspired games? First up is Fragger HD from Miniclip. A physics-based puzzler much like Angry Birds, but instead of birds versus pigs, it's commandos versus terrorists, and you're armed with grenades. The key to success is learning how those grenades bounce, and depending on how accurate you are, you can take down several terrorists at once. George Bush would be proud. Cannon Cadets is a physics-based puzzler. Oh wait, I'm guessing you've got that by now. But this time you're launching space cadets from a rather shiny cannon at robots. Evil, evil robots. Trucks. Skulls. Trucks and skulls. Yes, if you're a man and think that flinging birds around is for sissies, then you need trucks and skulls. Drive the monster trucks off ramps, try and hit the skulls, then sit back and bask in your manliness. If giant, fire-breathing lizard, dinosaur, Godzilla-like creatures are more your thing, then check out Burn the City. You launch fireballs from the creature's mouth in an attempt to destroy a city, stamping out all those pesky humans that kidnapped your daughter and left ransom demands. You'll make them pay. Okay, we made that last bit up, but there is a storyline in there somewhere. We were just too busy throwing fireballs to care. And finally, there's Monty Python's Cow Tossing. Based upon a scene from the Holy Grail, the game sees you launching various farm animals at English knights. No, this isn't a particularly original game, nor is it a great one, but it does feature the Monty Python music. And frankly, what more do you need? Angry Birds is great for filling those dull moments in a day, riding the bus, sitting on the toilet, attending meetings.
Shows.
But have you ever wondered what it would be like to play Angry Birds for 11 hours straight?
I'm sure it's a question people ask themselves every day.
I promise you they do. We've had letters. To answer the question, I hopped on a plane from Finland, home of Rovio, makers of Angry Birds, and flew to Singapore. Along the way, at 10,000 feet, I played the game while a bunch of Angry Bird fanatics had a special tournament. Let's see how I got on. Hey, this is Mark for GameSpot. I'm here in Helsinki, about to embark on the Angry Birds Asian Challenge, which is essentially flying from Helsinki to Singapore and trying to play Angry Birds for around 11 hours straight, which I'm kind of scared about, particularly as the flight leaves here at midnight, which is 10 o'clock English time. And it flies through the night and we get into Singapore at 5 in the evening, so I basically have no sleep. So we're going to see how well that goes. But they're pretty big on it here. We're in the Finnair lounge right now, and I don't know if you can see behind me, but I've got one of them here. They've decked the place out with these little chaps. Hello. So there's loads of these Angry Birds kind of kicking around the place, which is very cool. Kind of wish I hadn't stayed up playing Minecraft all night last night, but I'm ready to go. It's going to be good. I'm going to play Angry Birds for as long as possible and not fall asleep. And yeah, hopefully not fall asleep anyway. So yeah, let's do it. Angry Birds Asian Challenge. So why have you decided to do this? It seems pretty crazy to want to play Angry Birds for 11 hours on a plane. Why are you doing it?
Yeah, because we love the game. We are the fans, so we really love to try it on the air. You know, it's a very fun lifetime experience.
I've just been handed the Angry Birds specialities for the day, which are Red's excellent drink, which doesn't really look like it's got eggs in it. Cranberry. Do I do this in one go? Do I use the stick? Who knows? Is the new face of Shanghai, apparently. Loads of people have gone to sleep, but I am not, because I've got some Angry Birds, it's Angry Birds Seasons, 9 stages to go through. So I'm going to see if I can make my way to the end by the end of the flight, so wish me luck. It's St. Patrick's Day season. Also, I don't know what hugs and kisses are, but I imagine if that's Valentine's Day, then again they're facing the same problem. Is Angry Birds even cool anymore? It was cool at one point, and then everybody started playing it, and then David Cameron started playing it. I'm still stuck on level 1-2, so I figured I would take my shoes off. Finnair used a mix of standard aviation fuel and recycled cooking oil from restaurants. Not so much flying through the air as they are frying through the air. Okay, so it's morning now. I've been awake for the entire flight, playing Angry Birds. I feel absolutely horrible. Very tired. Drank enough coffee and Diet Coke to wake the dead. On the plus side, though, I did play a lot of Angry Birds. I don't know if that's a plus side at this point. And I also played a special tournament level, which is what's happening right now in the other side of the plane. They're playing a big tournament. We're down to the finals. It's a special level set in space. The guy who came on the trip especially to play Angry Birds came second. He was about 500 points out, but a guy, passenger one, winner of this, has ended up being the passenger, not one of the composition winners.
Sä pyysit nyt ylimääräistä.
Alright guys, so it's the morning after the Angry Birds Asian Challenge. I'm here in Singapore. But anyway, I managed it, 11 straight hours of Angry Birds on a plane. Now, would I recommend doing it to anyone else? Absolutely not. I felt horrible when I got off the plane. Wish that I'd slept. But shockingly, Angry Birds kind of kept my attention that long. You know, I was kind of a little bit sick of it towards the end, but considering, you know, it's only a small casual game that costs 59p, it can keep you entertained for around 11 hours on a plane. So there you go, problem solved. And me and my little friend here, hello, we're going to go explore Singapore. So until then, I'll see you next time.
Right, that's it for this week's Angry Birds special, but Johnny will be back next week with another show while I'm off doing bigger and better things.
In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to the show in iTunes via tinyurl.com/appetite rules or on youtube.com/show/appetite for distraction. Right, you know what? Just go. Just go. Dude over here, he's gonna sleep for the entire journey.